For me, that's warm. The battery light is now on permanently and the batteries are discharging. The first lane we're going to go and do is Strata, Florida. And whatever situation I get into, I've got to get out of myself. There's not really much a recovery service can do. I mean, they can't get their vans down where we can get these. Right, here we are at the Strata, Florida. What a journey that was. That was more than 2.5 hours, wasn't it? So, I guess let's just get cracking, eh? This is the section of Strata where it basically turns into a river and you just drive down the river. I suppose it weighs the same as a barge, really. Now it's become one.
I was now around halfway along Strata, and I'd started to notice an issue facing 4x4 drivers across the world.
A lot of off-piste action going on here. Rubbish. If you want to do some serious off-road, there's plenty of lanes that I wouldn't attempt by myself in Wales. You know, stuff that you can go and get stuck on for a day. We've done lanes that took us a day. Sometimes we've had to camp on the lane and do the next bit the next day. But you don't need to come to lanes like this and start tearing up the countryside. It's just not needed. Then we can work together to keep these lanes open.
After my short ranting session was over and done with, I reached the section of Strata that everyone raves about.
So, we're approaching the one interesting section of the Strata, Florida, and that is the bomb hole. Now, people spend ages going up and down this bomb hole. I'm just going to do it once. It is steep when you get to here. And then the back end. There we go. And we're done.
With the bomb all done, I moved on to the next obstacle on Strata, the two fords.
Now this is the rivers I was on about. Which depends how deep these are. Now there's a car in the middle of the river. And does that mean that it's really deep? We're soon going to find out, aren't we? Like a paddling pool. Now to it. No one in that car. Maybe they've broken down and just left it. Anyone want any parts for a 300 TDI? This is the deeper one, I think. Let's put some diff lock in. Just have to creep in for now and see. If I remember rightly, this is the deeper of the two. It's not fast flowing. Let's just go for it. Deep! Deep! Deep water! We made it. Only a little bit of water in the footwell and my laptop's getting covered in water and all sorts of stuff, but we made it! And this is when you get steamed up because the heater gets loads of water in it and just blasts it into the cab. You end up not being able to see anything. This is my new method of seeing where we're going. The windscreen is no good for that anymore. I did want to camp on Bastard Lane today, which might still happen. We might get there in the dark again. The trouble is when you're filming, you've got to stop loads of times to set up cameras and throw the drone up and stuff like that. It takes you a lot longer to do a lane than it would just driving it usually. So, you know, we're against the clock now. There's a big rock in there. It is going dark now. And I reckon, without putting it on the sat nav, I reckon an hour and a half from Bastard Lane. Right, well, there you go. That's the Strata Florida for you. Done it now, I'm not going to do it again.
With Strata done, I realised that Bastard Lane was too far away to camp at that evening, so I nipped to the shops for some food for tea and had a change of plan.
Right, well, we have arrived at our camping location for the night, and of course, true Laurence the Machine fashion, it's dark. And I'll have to show you around the campsite tomorrow. For now, just make some tea and go to bed.
I woke in a place called Nanty Mock and found that I'd parked right next to a reservoir, which meant that I could get some cool drone shots which you're looking at right now. But because I'm terrible at continuity, here's a piece to camera where the tent magically puts itself back up.
Morning again. I think it was even colder last night. Really, really cold. It also rained. So I've left the tent up a little bit this morning just to try and dry it out. But it's so cold, it's not drying. So it's going to have to go away wet, which is fantastic. We're actually right on a green lane here, so if you go up there, it goes just behind this hill. It is a beautiful place where I've stayed, but it's really, really windy last night. It was raining. Why do we do this?
I feasted on cold beans and sausage that morning, put the tent down, then mounted up for a leisurely drive towards Bastard Lane.
Right then. Oh, let's go! Oh no. For sake. You're not going to believe this. The battery light's on again. Let's just do a bit of driving and see if it goes off. I doubt it will. We're in exactly the same situation as the other day, except now we are a lot further away from home. a lot further. Well, I think that's going to be our trip cut short. We're not going to do Bastard Lane, we're not going to do Nanty Mock. All because of a alternator. I don't even have any signal to tell me the fastest route home yet, so I'm just going to guess.
I decided that the only logical method of getting home at this point was speed.
What I'm doing now is turning Wales into a rally special stage.
But in keeping with the theme of the trip, even that started to cause me problems.
We have got a scraping noise, but I'm not sure if it's just something in brakes or something like that. Right, let's have a look, see what it is. Nothing immediately jumps out at me. Definitely this front corner. I think we go this way. I've still not got any signal, so I'm just guessing. So not only do we not know where we are, we're also got to be careful with this car because it's making some funny noises.
And eventually, just a few more miles down the road, I pulled over to have my third breakdown in 3 days.
Right, I've had to stop again because whatever was stopping this wheel from turning yesterday has just got a whole lot worse, to the point where it was like pulling me across lanes and on the road. So I'm gonna have to take the wheel off and see what crack is. The problem we've got is I've only got a high lift jack, and when you start jacking these cars up, the body goes up and the wheels stay on the floor. So what I'm going to have to do is ratchet strap the axle to the chassis, jack that up, and then the wheel will come off the floor as soon as we jack the car up. So let's get to it. But it's good that we've waited for the exhaust to get really hot and then start poking around near the exhaust. Take some tools. Yeah, we're going to have to take it all off. I've got the spare wheel. I'm going to put this under the diff because I don't mind this one getting scratched, and then it can't fall off the stand then. Right, well, we've found the issue, and it's quite a large one. If I just grab you and show you what we're faced with here. Right, so this, I've just taken the wheel speed sensor out, which is this thing here, and it's got all these metal filings on it, which means that the wheel bearing is f***ed. Now, I have got another one, so it's not too much of a problem. It's not new, but it'll get us home at least. So I guess we've just got to crack on, really. There you go. Won't even turn around a full rotation. That's how it is. Ah, right. Let's get putting this one on. Put the wheel on. Right. This is the actual moment of truth to see whether it starts again afterwards. Ready? Oh yes! Oh, what a car! Right, let's do this. Whoa, that is miles better. Driving this. You can actually go in a straight line now. How good's that?
I continued with my rage-filled rampage up through Wales and very soon started to relive the events of Friday night.
Okay, so the batteries are now at just under 9 volts. We're basically back in the same position as we were the other day. Gearbox has chosen a gear. I think it's 4th. Could be wrong, could be 5th. We've got another hour and 10 to get to my mate's house. I'm going to charge this up off his car. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. All the dashboard's gone off now. Literally everything, even the battery light's gone off. Right, we're now into the sort of territory of the unknown. The batteries are at 7 volts, and that's kind of as low as they got the other day. So all we've got to do is make 7 volts last 45 minutes. I've even had to turn my microphones that I wear off because I can't charge them up. So currently on the internal mic on the camera. Tense in the car now. Really tense. Come on. Come on. Come on. I kind of know that I'm not going to make it. With 43 minutes left to go. I've just got to get as far as I can.
And sure enough, just 3 miles later, I was right.
We're on the M56, probably just gone past Ellesmere Port, and yeah, it's kind of coughing and spluttering now. And we've got a big hill coming up. Oh, it's getting more frequent. Oh, this is us, I think. That's it. So that's it. None of this fake breaking down stuff like there is on Top Gear. That's genuinely it. Absolutely nothing when you turn the key.
At this point, I called a friend of mine and asked him to nip to Halfords and pick me up a new battery. And, after 2 hours of waiting at the side of the M56, I was back on the move.
Right, well, we're nearly home now, so looks like we're going to make it. We've got 12 volts in the battery, and it seems to be holding quite well, this one. Seeing that it's on fire now. Well, I think that's enough breakdowns for one day. We'll have to redo Wales, I think, because having done one lane out of the hundreds in Wales, I don't feel like we've done it very well. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, and then you can find out where we're going next, or where we're going to break down next. So with that, I'll bid you farewell.